video, I will give you all the fundamentals that you will need to become a master in art, or at least get good at it. So let's begin. So the first fundamental skill that you need to learn is mark making. It all starts from making marks on paper. So mark making basically refers to the control you have over the lines and the mark that you make on paper using your pencil, pen, or paintbrush. Beginner artists has this tendency to break their lines into many small segments, giving their lines a hairy and unrefined look. It looks as if they're scratching on paper. In contrast, more experienced artists draw their lines with confidence and in a single stroke, utilizing the movement of their whole arm. They can do this because they have repeated these movements thousands and thousands of times. Well, there are many professional artists that may choose to draw with hairy lines, but remember, it's a choice, not a mistake. They do it because it's their style. They like drawing with scratchy lines. I will also include the 2D shapes like circles, squares, and triangles in mark making. Line weight is another important element that you need to master to create visually appealing drawings. Line weight basically refers to the thickness of lines in a drawing. Professional artists use line weight to define their style and the mood of their paintings. Now let's move on to the next one, which is spatial awareness. Spatial awareness essentially means having a complete understanding of 3D space, including the placement and relationships of different objects within that space. In artistic terms, it means to represent three-dimensional objects on a two-dimensional plane. Spatial awareness includes two key aspects. First is to learn how to draw 3D shapes on a 2D canvas. This skill is important because every object, whether organic or inorganic, can be simplified into basic shapes like cubes, spheres, or cylinders. The second aspect involves drawing these shapes or objects in correct perspective. To achieve this, you must learn perspective drawing, which includes 1-point, 2-point, and 3-point perspective. While there is much more to perspective drawing, this is all you will need for most of your artistic needs. Let's move on to number 3, that is shape manipulation. Shape manipulation basically means controlling or manipulating shapes to give it a desired look. So there are 5 ways that you can manipulate shapes: bending, carving, twisting, and adding. Now let's look at number 4, which is values and colors. So values basically means the darks and the lights in your paintings. Values are important as they help define form, create contrast, and define depth. Values can also help define the mood of your painting. A darker value may create a sense of drama or mystery, and a lighter value may help create a happy or serene atmosphere. Color, on the other hand, may not be as important as value because as long as the values are correct, you can put any color and it will just work. It is still important in its own way. Color can help create more appealing paintings, and it can also help enhance the mood of the painting. In color theory, you learn about the color wheel, hue and saturation, and color harmony, which means what color goes well with what other color. Composition refers to the placement and arrangement of different visual elements in your drawing or painting. A painting is like a story, and composition is a tool that helps in better explaining that story to the viewer. Composition is all about directing the viewer's eyes to where you want them to look. Value and color also play an important part in creating compositions. You normally create your focal areas with higher contrast and higher saturation. Now, these 5 fundamentals that I just explained will help you create almost anything except humans or animals. To draw humans or animals, you need to learn 3 more skills. The first one is gesture drawing. Gesture drawing refers to a quick sketch done under no more than 2 minutes that defines the movement, flow, and the rhythm of the subject. Beginner artists have this tendency to draw their characters stiff, that looks like a robot, and gesture drawing can help in reducing that stiffness and give more flow and rhythm to their characters. So the next fundamental for drawing humans is form. The form is basically the overall 3D shape of an object. The muscles in human body creates very specific forms, and it is important that you learn to draw these forms and to manipulate these forms. So the last fundamental for drawing the human body is anatomy. In anatomy, you basically learn about all the bones and the muscles of the human body, and anatomy is the hardest fundamental to master and it is going to take you the longest time. Anatomy is not the most important part about drawing humans. I will make another video on it, so subscribe if you want to see it. So these were the 8 fundamentals of drawing. So if you want to become a master in art, you have to master all these 8 fundamentals. So you better get going now. So this is it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.